Hey, great Sunday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville. Oh, I was wondering why I was looking down. Woo! It's a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville. Such an amazing type of day. And today we have the honor of having with us teacher extraordinaire and amazing soccer coach, Joe Valdez. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Good evening, everybody. Erasmo, thank you for the invite.
You're always invited.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. It has been a crazy day. Crazy day. Before we go into it, I do want to say Lea. Hola Lea. Hey Roy on the house. Joe. Sorry for making you late. It's okay. I was, and we actually started right on time. But Zuri, thank you so much. Zuri came by and brought me these face mask hangers. And let me tell you, it's so trippy because I'm always having a hard time putting them in my pocket. Now I just hang them and I put it on and I hang it. Now I can carry my mask everywhere. And thank you for the handmade soap. Oh, it smells so good. Let me tell you, I have a thing with handmade soaps. I really love them. I like the variety of them. And just the different smells. This one, honey almond. I got the honey. I want your almond. I don't know what that means, but it sounded kind of nasty. Are you even awake, Joe?
Yes, I am.
Okay. You look like you were dazing off. No, and it has been hello, Jessica. Hermosos muchachones. It's been a really tiring day. I want to thank everyone that stopped by today. Zuri, thank you so much for the soaps and for my new mask hangers. I will use them regularly. Thank you to my friend Nate who brought me chicken plate. Let me tell you, that chicken was smoked perfectly. I ate half of it. I put the other half in the refrigerator. I want to say happy birthday to Andrea. Andrea turned 4 years old. Had a birthday parade. Happy birthday, Andrea! And it's close to where I live, so I passed by, and I just picked up my cookies because I'd gone to pick up cookies, and I picked up some cookies, and for Andrea's birthday I dropped off some cookies, and I got some candy bags, some goodie bags. You know what, Joe? One thing that I'm really surprised is all the amazing stuff people now put in these candy bags. You know, when I was growing up, we had the little plastic bolsita with like a crap load of cacahuates. You know, a couple of animal cookies that were probably soggier than I don't want to mention what. And we had those. Do y'all remember those little round dulcitos that were crunchy that looked like little stars? They look like coronaviruses. You remember those?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that's all the bolsita was, jam packed with cacahuates
and an orange.
And an orange. It made it look bigger. Yep. Saca las cookies. I got some more cookies, guys. But now, I mean, literally, that bag had Lunchables, and you know, not the Hillcrest Lunchables. It had the Oscar Mayer Lunchables on there. Had the ones that make the little pizzas, and it had Cheetos, and it had candy. It had those crispy, you know, the ones you make from Rice Krispies. Crispy treats, and a cupcake and lollipops, and I'm going like, what happened to all the damn cacahuates? You know, now they got good stuff. Those handy bags, good stuff. And thank you so much, Andrea. She gave me 2 candy bags. And I love them. Uh, thank you so much. I actually ate the first Lunchable pizza before I even got to my office. And I put the other one in my refrigerator. I'm having that one for lunch tomorrow. What happened to hey, Frankie, did you ever have birthday bolsitas? Oh, we never made you a birthday party.
Thanks for reminding me. But now that I think about it, no, I don't think I ever had a birthday party. Like now that I really think about it, gee, thanks.
I know.
I literally can't remember one. Like really.
Never had one for you, Frankie.
Jeez.
Esther, go text the psychiatrist right now. It's a good time.
Too soon.
So, do you remember those bolsitas, man?
Oh yeah, I'm fully aware. I have 3 daughters, man, so I did my share of loading up those bolsitas with cacahuates, but I'm Mexican, man, born and raised in Brownsville, 32nd Street, Southmost, man. So tamarindos were always in those baggies, bro.
But now people put takis in them and dubalines, and they put the good stuff in las mendigas bolsitas. Nate! This is my man. Nate brought me some amazing chicken. Smoked. I think it was smoked, wasn't it, Nate? Let me tell you, that chicken was great. Those frijoles, I tripped out on them because they looked a little bit different, but gosh, they tasted so delicious. And that rice. And let me tell you, I'm very particular about rice. That rice was damn good rice. It was not seco and not aguadito that everything sticks together. It was perfectly made. Nate, thank you so much, Nate, for coming by and bringing me lunch today. I really, really appreciate it, man. God bless you, Baba. Jeremiah, I love you. Zuri, when I make more manly soaps, no, I like the girly soaps. I'm not joking. Trust me. There's no insecurities here. You can bring me all the girly soaps you want. The girlier, the better for me. I like it all. So
Did she make it or she bought them?
Yes. You came in late. She brought me some handmade soaps.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, they really smell amazing. I need to actually put them in my car because my car right now smells like a wet rag. I don't know what's going on with my car. Como que le entra el agua y it smells like wet clothes. Thank you, Zudi. Good evening, Maria. And is a goat, Alex. You, bro. You're the goat, bro. Love you, man. Nini, Dark Shadow, and Little Rex. Good. Don't go to bed yet, Popeyes. Thank you for coming by and visiting and bringing me all the good little gifts. What are the COVID numbers in Cameron, please? Actually, as of right now, there are no numbers on Sunday, but we did report, I think, 49 positives yesterday and 51 deaths. The 41 positives are no way. The 49 positive are no way accurate. The 51 deaths are no way accurate for the city of Brownsville. As I mentioned yesterday, Yavili, I'm my best guess, and actually having spoken to some of my friends that work in the funeral homes, I'm going to guess that we are averaging 10 to 15 deaths. And that's a lot less than what I was averaging before, because I was actually averaging out 15 to 20. Now I'm being a little bit more conservative. I think the number of deaths in the city of Brownsville has gone down to 10 to 15 a day. With that said, it's not a good thing, Joe.
No, it's not.
It's not a good thing. What is your take, Joe? You've been in the hospital. You've been close to people that are passing away from COVID-19. What's your take in regards to the number of deaths? They reported 58 on Friday, 51 on Saturday. What's your take?
Well, I mean, first of all, based on what we're being told, we're being led to believe that the numbers are lagging. So what they report today is something that happened either last week, 2 weeks ago. Who knows? At least I've never understood or got a straight answer as to how far behind we're lagging. Now, those numbers sound accurate back from the time when I was in the hospital, or maybe a few weeks back, I believe I talked to you that I was told that on a particular Wednesday that they had a mass amount of deaths. I don't know if you remember that I actually talked to you about this. And I was told that there was, just in one hospital alone, that there was like 25, 28 deaths in one hospital alone. So it could be that these numbers are lagging and we're getting the numbers from 2-3 weeks ago. And it all depends on how far back is the county actually lagging on those numbers. So my take is that these numbers are either from 2-3 weeks ago, or the county's now trying to supplement the lack of number they gave us, so that at the end they can actually have a correct total, but they're adding more numbers, every day just to get to the right amount. But I don't know. I would think that it's just that they're 3 weeks behind on reporting those numbers.
I tend to agree with Joe, Frankie. But do you think, Frankie, that it's a disservice to the community? Are you still there, Frankie? Oh,
I'm
there you
here.
are.
Sorry.
Do you still think it's a disservice to the community for them to be playing with the numbers these ways?
It's hard to keep track, and it's hard to know the severity of what we're dealing with. Again, Cameron County for the past several months has been backlogged with all these positive cases and deaths here in our area. We have seen how, the first death in Brownsville took about, I want to say, a week, possibly 2 or 3, for it to hit the press. So again, it doesn't benefit us for us to receive late news. And I understand, it's hard to prepare for this. There's not enough manpower on the ground. People were getting sick within the emergency department's office, so that kind of threw a monkey wrench into the situation. But it's I feel like we are letting our guard down. Hidalgo County reported 222 deaths. I'm sorry, 222 positive cases with 22 deaths for today. County Judge Richard Cortez said that the death toll and the positive cases reflect a two-day period. Again, we are on spring Labor Day weekend. The county judge did close the county beaches until September the 9th, the day after Labor Day. So again, this is going to be indicative of how our late September, early October looks like. And we do anticipate, people being out at the island, people partying, hanging out in large crowds. So again, do I think that these numbers are accurate? No. There's a lot of things that come into play. Not a lot of people are testing. We're not testing. We're not doing mass testing anymore. And I think people just are tired of COVID, Joe. It's unfortunate, but I think we already, I don't know if we talked about it too much or people just want to put it on the back burner, but it's not resonating anymore the way it was back in March, April, and May, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Shout out to Isabella Hernandez. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Isabella. Happy birthday to you. Las Grajetas. Hey, stop by tomorrow. Pick up some cookies, Nate. When you came by, I didn't have any, but I picked some up this evening. Let me tell you what I wish they would have done, Joe and Frankie, is I wish they would have separated, said these deaths came in for August 28th. These deaths came in for August 29th. These came in, something a little bit more separated where we know. But them throwing out the big old number like Friday, 51, 58, Saturday, 51. I think it's irresponsible. I think it causes confusion. And one thing that we just cannot afford, especially with COVID-19 the way it is, we can't afford confusion. With that said, guys, I think I agree with Frankie. I think a lot of individuals have just started to become complacent, started to go and it's very, very unfortunate because we are in the middle of Labor Day weekend. And I saw a video. They sent me a video from last night at the island. Let me tell you guys, it's a mess. It's a mess. And, no one cares anymore. I saw pictures that they sent me in regards to board members and superintendent, and they're all piled up together to take a picture moment. What happened to social distancing? and they say, "Well, we got face coverings." Well, so you do one out of the three, but you're not going to do all three. Social distance. Y'all are the leadership of the school system, the academics, where you're trying to teach individuals, and you're not social distancing, man. I don't know. The other day they had a meeting, Joe. They had a meeting and they were honoring. And again, hats off to all the teachers that received a Teacher of the Year award for last year. Congratulations, Joe. They had over 100 people at the BISD boardroom. Over 100 individuals, and they were coming in. No social distance. Coming in. They were grabbing the stuff with the same gloves, back and forth. I don't think we're ever going to get out of this, man.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, and it is concerning.
Now, in regards to the campuses, look, guys, we got principals now coming out positive. We got possible positives at different junior highs now. I hear Bastedo has an issue. Bastedo has an issue. And we don't hear from administration. Joe, last Sunday, I came on here and I shared with individuals that there was a positive at Hannah. It took them a week before they shut down the school. It took them a week.
Wow.
It took them a week before they notified teachers. And a friend of mine comes on and says, it's kind of lame that we have to hear this from Erasmo. Instead of hearing it from them. How many more schools are going to have to shut down now? Especially now that they're already making plans for everyone to come back after September 29th, Frankie.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for the school district to guarantee the parents that it's going to be safe. It's always a pleasure to have Joe on here, and great thing that he was, because I had a question earlier. We got a message in regards to sports, basketball. There was a message sent out that if the students, just to paint the picture, BISD is sending a survey to the parents, asking them whether they prefer for their child to have face-to-face instruction or continue on with distant learning. And also they ask you if your child is in extracurricular activities, sports, band, et cetera. My question was, does this affect the student moving forward? Because there was an email, guys, stating that if the student did not go face-to-face instruction back to campus, that they would not be able to participate in the athletic period for that certain sport or extracurricular activity. Now, my question is, I understand what people say. Hey, if you feel that it is not safe for your child to go back to school because of the safety, then it's a double standard. Why are you only allowing him to go for that extracurricular activity? But my point is that it affects not only the student athlete, but the team as a whole. Because as we know, Joe, whenever during that athletic period, let's say that student is a starter. Well, you want your number ones practicing with your number ones for chemistry, just to get different looks. But if you're not allowing the student, and this is according to BISD, I don't think this is a UIL rule, but BISD is saying, or this particular school is saying, if your child does not go face-to-face instruction, they cannot participate in the athletic period class. So my question is, are we putting their students at a disadvantage? Are we not being fair? Or is this just a way for the school to kind of strong arm the parents for them to go back to campuses? That's my question for you gentlemen tonight.
Okay, so first and foremost, that is something that I have not heard of as of right now, and it could be because I'm a soccer coach, so we're not at soccer is a spring sport, so we're not gonna get that, or at least we're not interacting with the students at this moment, and I think everybody's waiting to see if we're gonna go back the second semester or 4 weeks, 6 weeks. So as far as that's concerned, I can't answer whether that's true or not. because I don't have any information on that. Would it affect the students? Absolutely, both ways. It'll affect the student individually, and it'll definitely affect the team. I just don't see that they would be able to do that. I don't know the legalities or the, I don't understand how that would work, if that would work, but it certainly would affect the team, because you were exactly correct, Frankie. It happens to us already, because there's a lot of times that a student that's a starter, they need the period for a class that they need, so they can't be in the athletic period, and it is very difficult to work on a particular play or a set of plays that involves the starters when you got pieces missing. So you have to wait till after school and repeat that particular practice, or you have to work around that. But we have to work around it as we go. But you're correct. If they were to remove the students, then it would affect them individually and the team itself. So I'm not sure at this point if that's actually something that's happening or not. So, I mean, I won't begin to get that kind of information until we get closer to December.
Well, I saw the email, and let me tell you, guys, anyone who's surprised, what I'm most amazed of is how people were surprised about this. Guys, everything that he's been saying to our principals, to administrators out there, is start getting them back on campus. Everything's geared that way. Tell them to come back on campus. Tell them to come back on campus. They're slowly pushing people into voluntold go onto campus. So I'm not surprised that they're encouraging students, if they want to participate in basketball, if they want to participate in football, they can't be distance learning if they're going to be doing sports, because our kids they want to do their sports, But the thing is, their reasoning, guys, is that, well, if they're going to be doing the sports, they're going to be coming into contact with each other, so might as well just be in the classroom, be at school. The difference is, instead of spending 6 to 8 hours on campus, hey, minimize that time. Keep them on campus for the hour, 2 hour of training, instead of having them there for 8 to 10 hours throughout the day. Why is that so hard? Now, legally, I don't think they could do that legally. I mean, I don't think it's a question that has been brought up to anyone in TEA or UIL. I just don't think legally they could make those type of mandamandas.
Well, Erasmo, I will tell you that there are some UIL speculations, or I'm sorry, there is some literature that if a student, because it does affect, like when students are on a half-day program on a work permit, they are required to be there for 7 periods if they're going to participate in UIL activities. So there is something that governs whether a student is able to participate in UIL. They must be present at the campus. Now, this is on a normal day. I'm not talking about COVID. I'm talking about normal years. You have to at least be there 7 periods to be able to participate in sports. So I don't know if it's tied to that. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, but
no. The reason that they instilled that, Joe, was because you had a lot of individuals like Valley View. Valley View cheated. Valley View had students that were actually in Mexico. Estaban en Mexico, and then they would just only come for the soccer. And you're talking about guys that were playing at certain like professional leagues in Mexico.
Yeah.
And they were taking class, and then not necessarily coming in for the 7-8 periods. That's the reason I think that was put into play. Like, hey, guys, you got to keep especially for us down here in the Valley, the kid has to be to school. The difference now, I would say, Joe, is the pandemic. It's, COVID-19, where everyone should be encouraged to stay at home. Yeah.
And my question is that I feel that BISD wants the kids to go back, and I don't think this is a UIL issue. I think this is a BISD issue, because it seems like if BISD is making their own rules, because whenever they're students right now during distant learning, they are considered present whenever they are actively engaged or actively attending classes or following the instruction. So it doesn't make sense to me as this policy or this idea that has been going on or that has been mentioned, that if these students aren't in person, that it's going to affect their ability to attend or participate in the athletic period. So that's my only doubt. That's my only question as to, again, we're going to go into some legal issues as to, oh, so you're not going to let my son, who's actively participating in his classroom Monday through Friday, 8 to 3, 8 to 5, to participate in his extracurricular activity that I could take him. I think we're getting too much into it. And unfortunately, I feel as if BISD is just trying to get the numbers into their classrooms to get money.
Well, let me tell you, I spoke with a student today, a student who works here at Churches, because I actually had Churches chicken for lunch. And he said, look, Erasmo, I hate distant learning. I said, bro, I hate it too. He says, but it doesn't really much matter because, they're still counting me present, even though when I don't sign up. And let me tell you, it's to the district's benefit to have most kids, if not all the kids, counted present. Does that make sense? Because everyone that can get out there to be called present is actually a paycheck for the district. I'm kind of scared of the numbers 2 weeks from now. Like you say, Erasmo, it's not a good thing. It's not going to be a good thing. You're right. We will see if people are going to take precautions every day. No. I can tell you right now, they haven't and they won't. And they definitely are not. Joe, the question that was asked to you is, what do you think about teachers returning at the end of the month?
Okay, well, this is my personal feelings because of my condition. I'm actually very, very concerned. I'm very worried. I don't want us to return. I don't think it's a good idea. In my personal opinion, I don't believe that it's a good idea. I think that we're not ready to get groups back into an enclosed area. Based on the research that I've been making ever since I was affected by this condition, I have discovered that being in an enclosed building and your air conditioning system and filtration system has a lot to do with the ability to control the spread. And this is based on research that I've done. I'm actually in the process of investing into a ultraviolet UV system that's going to be installed in my AC unit that is supposed to kill 99% of viruses and bacteria before it goes into your AC unit. So by the time you're breathing it indoors, it's supposed to have already eliminated most viruses and bacteria. Now, this is something that I'm doing in my home for my own sake, for my own well-being, because my immune system is extremely jeopardized. So I'm very concerned. So to answer that question, I disagree that teachers and students should be sent back into the classroom. And I personally myself, I'm very, very concerned about having to return to the classroom. So again, that's my personal opinion.
Teachers are going to go back. I can almost guarantee you. Everyone is going to go back. All teachers are going to go back. All counselors, all diagnosticians are going back on the 29th. Without a doubt.
I will tell you something, though. In the last week and a half that we've been in school, I've been very surprised that there has been a lot of teachers that have voiced that they want to return. I mean, I have coworkers and peers that are working out of the campus because they wanted to, because they've been given a choice. But me, for one, because of what I've experienced, I just completely disagree with it. I don't feel that it's time. We don't. There's not a real cure out there. It's settled down a lot because a lot of people are now paying attention with a mask. Not everybody, but I think that there's a lot more people that are being conscious about that. And I think that we've managed to slow it down a bit. But I think just like 4th of July, just like Labor Day, it has proven, and it's going to prove that when you get that many people together, it just creates problems. I do believe that's going to happen if we start going in too early. And I believe the end of the month is too early. I think that we were given an opportunity to apply for an additional 4 weeks. And I wish and I hope that they apply for those 4 weeks so that, we still have another 4 weeks to see what happens with the whole Labor Day, get-togethers and things.
I think the 4 weeks was for the students, to not even consider face to face. In regards to the teachers, they're going to want all teachers back. But I agree with you. Look, one of the things that I think is very important to make it clear, I think everybody wants to go back. Everyone really, really down deep wants to go back. Nobody likes this stay at home crap. No one does. I have not talked to one single teacher that wants to be at home. They want to be in the classroom. The question that they are asking is it safe for me to go back to the classroom? And the answer is absolutely not. Not. And look, and I understand that there's a lot of people that say, you know what, I'm just going to do it from my classroom. I understand that completely. And, God bless the people. I pray that they're going to be okay. My issue is, will they be contracting something that they'll carry on to some other individual? So how severe is it a community thing instead of just a personal choice? Can kids go to school on Tuesday, or is there a court order? Kids cannot go back onto campus till the 29th, at least. And then they have to decide, why is Cameron County behind? What is going on? Not enough staff? Up here in San Antonio, our mayor keeps us updated daily via YouTube with the county judge and from Facebook. Why can't they do that? The problem is that they screwed it up from the start. They tried to play catch up. They had the state come in and basically take over the Cameron County Health Department, and now they're just trying to play catch up. It's kind of hard to catch up when you're halfway in the game. Olivo 2020.
And if I could add, in San Antonio, you must have a very good proactive, governing body. In Cameron County and the city of Brownsville, we do not. We have a reactive, administration. So I think that's something that we need to work on. We need to work on getting people in there that are going to be proactive and innovative in what and how to serve the community. Which you see it in San Antonio, in the Austin area, you see them being proactive. Down here, our city of Brownsville it's definitely being deprived of good administration, and so is the Cameron County. I think they're way behind what they should be doing.
And so is the district.
That was for you, Frankie.
Hey,
no!
hey.
I forgot. You're still employed.
Hey, you know what? It's tough. Hearing from teachers, a lot of them, prefer to work actually from the campuses. They're used to a certain structure. They themselves, 8 to 3, 8 to 5, and then, see you tomorrow. But a teacher's work is never done. It's not always it ends at 5. They always have a lot more to do, whether it's calling the parents, grading papers, turning in assignments, working on their lessons plan. There's always things to do. In regards to the county is an essential job. Say what you want. It is imperative for county employers to be there. Now, can we work from home? Absolutely. There are some things that need to be done there at the offices. But that is the reason why there are skeleton crews. They are things done to limit the amount of people going through the county offices. But some jobs are essential.
My son said that one of his teachers said 3 weeks, maybe September 28th. September 28th, 29th. Now they're giving students the option, and the way that I think that it's going to work, Joe, is let's say for your kids, your students, Joe. Let's say you have 20 students that want to come back to campus. Of your students, you're going back on campus. See, that's the way they're going to do it. Now, let's say you have 10 students that want to be on campus and 10 students that want to be at home. You're still going back on campus. You're going to teach your class and be streaming it live for the 10 students that are at home. And that's just more work for you, man. And continues to place you and those 10 students in harm's way. So again, there is no plan. There continues to be no plan. And the little plan that they have is wonky at best. Wonky is best. Today, sorry, I lost. Sounds like a bad.
I agree with Peppermint Patty.
I'll go back to dale patadas a BID por infectar nuestros niños con el COVID. Let's see. There should be no athletics with this pandemic. Absolutely not.
I agree.
Is going to be safe. Sounds like blackmail. It sounds like they're being encouraged to go back on campus. Congratulations to Omar Juarez on his victory. Omar, I love Omar Juarez. The guy's amazing. I've said it before. We had him on the show, I think, a couple weeks back after his win. The guy's an icon here in Brownsville. You know, he puts Brownsville on the map. A guy that goes out there and does motivational speaking. Again, congratulations, Omar. Congratulations, Brownsville. Congratulations, Rudy, my friend. But UIL said kids could participate even if they are doing remote learning. 100%. My daughter is a senior this year at Pace. She is in band, but her health is way more important than an extracurricular activity. 100%. Either you go into the classroom for your classes or you can't do sports outdoors. Yeah, looks like blackmail. If they're getting sick now, where there's hardly any people going on the campus, yeah. It's look, guys, it's very simple. It's going to be a disaster. Go.
No, I'm sorry. We have the case of Georgia. Georgia decided to open up shop, so to speak, and we had 100 positive cases in that school alone. So there's a lot coming. I hope it doesn't happen here within our district, but could it? Are we possibly going that way? Perhaps. The best way is distant learning. I understand it is extremely hard for the teachers, for the staff, even for some students. But safety, Joe, in my opinion, safety should overcome everything else, in my opinion.
Absolutely, I agree. I mean, as much as I'm looking forward to the soccer season this year, I would still prioritize the safety of the students before opening up that season. So I completely agree with you, Frankie.
Let's see. As long as they are a half a day, they can predict. Well, yeah. See, that's. I'm not even sure that's the thing. I just don't see how they're going to hold them accountable to something like that. That they have to be on campus all day. But you might be right, Chris. I'm actually going to check up on it this week, but not tomorrow because tomorrow everything's closed because it's Labor Day. What is happening after Labor Day? A lot of more positives. No, everyone. Every time I hear we are going back to school, it feels like a death threat. It's causing so much stress. With 10 deaths per day, means many school employees are going to start dying. That's the reality. Yeah, many more actually. We've had a lot of people that died. Hey, Ruth, how's it going? A few years ago, a high school in Laredo forfeited a few games because the kid only attempted 3 periods. Not good. There were definitely more people at the pool on Sunday. Yeah, there weren't that many on Saturday. Joe, one of the other things that we dealt with this week, going back into current events and going into something that you mentioned in regards to the city leadership, is that, hey, the city of Brownsville, gave the city manager a $24,000 raise in the middle of a pandemic. What's your take, Joe?
For somebody that I haven't even heard a single word from or seen him out publicly or making an attempt to doing anything positive to help, with
teacher at Porter
with a COVID situation, I don't know. They must know something really internal that he's done great, because I certainly haven't heard of anything that would warrant that, especially when people might start losing their jobs with the city or they're, getting laid off, and yet we got somebody that's getting a raise. Again, unless they're doing something internal that he's warranted or he's proven that he's worthy of that raise, I just can't think of why you would do so. Why would you do that right now while you're still trying to let go or people are losing their jobs? So, not sure how that's happening.
Well, it's very unfortunate when you have a lot of hardworking employees with the city of Brownsville who are out there, man. You know, no hazard pay. They're kicking butt. You see them everywhere. Look, I see my city bus employees. My employees on the city bus. They're going back and forth, guys, throughout the city of Brownsville. They're out there, and I don't see them getting a raise. I don't see them getting hazard pay. They're coming into constant contact, Joe, with a lot of individuals out there. So how is it fair to give a raise to the city manager, to the one on top, without first giving a raise to the ones that are actually the frontline staff?
But we go back to the city commission or the non-existing city commission, because I want to go back to the same thing, Erasmo. I have not heard or seen these people unless you've got some kind of a situation that, in my opinion, is stupid. Like, you joke around with it a lot about the Rock, but I mean, it's things like that, or the Fronton Street, when they start prioritizing things like that and not our health or something that is going to help the community, the city. When it's important, they disappear. I mean, I have not seen or heard of them. The one time, or I don't know, maybe it was once. I know I saw Tetro one time in your show. I don't know if it was more than once. But besides the mayor, I've seen Tetro and heard from her. Other than that, I have not. So again, it goes back to the city commission and what are their priorities? How are they prioritizing? Meeting and giving a raise to somebody again while city employees are losing their jobs or not getting the proper, health care or PPPs that they need to be out there and doing their job safely.
It's crazy. Hey, Joe, do you mind if I play one of those clips from our forum?
Huh?
Do you mind if we post one of the clips from the forum that we have with AOB?
This is your show, buddy. I'm your guest. You can play whatever you'd like on your show.
Yay! Thank you, Joe.
Mr. Reyes, if my health continues to move in a positive direction, you might be seeing me in one of those posters out there on the side of the street for that.
How will you ensure that funds are not misappropriated during your tenure?
One of my main priorities is fiscal responsibility. And I say this and I stress this often because I believe it is so important that we make sure that the funds are properly being used to serve what BISD is here for, and that's the students first and foremost. And I will make sure, with my experience that I have from working with large budgets, I will make sure that every single dollar is used appropriately to serve the best education that we can possibly offer for our students of BISD. And I will make sure that all of our educators have exactly what they need to make sure that they are doing the best they can and make a very honest and serve with integrity to make sure that we use this very big $558 million budget to the best of its ability. Thank you.
Joe, did she answer the question?
I was about to say, unless I heard the question wrong, it didn't sound like she answered the question that was asked.
How
Let's go for it again. How will you ensure the funds are not misappropriated?
How will you ensure that funds are not misappropriated during your tenure?
I mean,
That's what I thought I heard, but I looked for it in the answer, and no, she definitely did not answer the question.
and and I understand, when you don't know the subject matter, when you look at that handsome guy, bro. When you don't know the subject matter, it's not easy, man. What we do at forums, and Joe, you're amazing at forums. one of the things, we had a forum together up at Best. I don't know if you remember that one when Otis Powers wanted to kick my butt. But you did amazing in forums. You have to be prepared. You have to have some type of knowledge in regards to the subject matter out there. You have to know something. And I'm sorry, I didn't get much from this candidate.
Well, I appreciate the compliment, Erasmo. And I mean, two things is, number one, I felt like I was cheating at those forums because I've been in the trenches. I've been an employee with BISD for many, many years. So I've been directly involved with a lot of the aspects of what is, what at the time, because that was 2 years ago, at the time it was issues that were concerning. Some of them are still there. So I had direct knowledge and information. So for me, it was a lot easier to answer those questions. And the second thing is that I sponsor a student organization group and I teach them leadership. And one of the things that I have to teach them is public speaking. So I think it was a little unfair to be on that forum and being asked things that are linked to BISD, because I felt like I had a lot more inside information because I lived it. For 15, 16 years, I had lived been out there in the trenches. So, that's one of the things. But you are absolutely correct. When you're not knowledgeable of what the concerning issues is, you should educate yourself so that you can be better prepared for forums or questions, or, when you're in the public and someone asks you straight out, what are you going to do with, how are you going to keep the funds from being misappropriated? And that way you know what to say and not just dance around the question.
Well, let me show you an example of what I compare her answer to.
Recent polls have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere such as, and I believe that our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa. It should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future.
Thank you very much, South Carolina.
Maybe my opponent should run for the beauty pageant in South Carolina.
You're horrible, man.
What?
You're
really?
horrible.
Joe, you know me, Joe. I take politics very, very seriously. And let me tell you, it is a joke that this little entitled girl, rich little girl, wants to serve our amazing district when she has never set foot in a public school, has been given everything under the sun by daddy, never done anything on her own. Everything's been given to her. Takes trips to countries that I can't even spell. Eats food that I only see on magazines that I read during my doctor's visits because I'm old and I have to do prostate testing stuff. Now that I go and do a prostate test every week, sometimes twice a week, is different, but
that's my personal preference, I'm sure.
But you can never be too careful. Doctor goes, again, sir? Your caution is always key.
Better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry. Here I come again. Hey, Joe. At least people can say that running with me in campaigns is definitely not boring, huh?
No, it's not boring at all.
And do you think the raise was to cover the expenditures the mayor and the commissioners made from the CARES Act. No other keep quiet and you get cash. I've heard that. I'm going to. You know, nothing surprises me. Nothing surprises me about the individuals that we have in elected office right now. I want to believe that there's some individuals on there that wouldn't do such things. I want to believe, but there's too much hanky panky going on. BISD classified only got 3.5%, which is like 49 cents an hour. If that, no, it's not 49 cents an hour. I think it's closer to like 30 some cents an hour. Let me tell you, Tesu, the problem is we all have a choice. We either continue to permit Sylvia to rape the district by voting in her candidates, or we change the direction of the board and the leadership. And we have that opportunity. City employees should get a raise. They should. Good evening, gentlemen. Congrats on Relampago Omar Juarez. Another victory for Brownsville. Preach. We are at the bottom of the barrel. We get crumbs from City and BISD. Excuse me. If not for the show, we would still be happy with crumbs from BISD. Now we know we deserve, baby. Y'all deserve the entire cookie. No, really. And no more crumbs. And, believe this or not, guys, one of the reasons why I'm doing the cookies is to hopefully, embed in y'all's thoughts that you deserve the big enchilada. You deserve the entire cookie. No more crumbs, man. No more crumbs. And we have an opportunity this November, an opportunity to affect true change to BISD and to the community. This cookie will be yours if I don't eat it first.
I was about to say, I think you're doing the cookies because you want to have something there to be munching on because you're always eating. I think that's why you're doing the cookies.
Well, it's kind of creepy, but my people have been so good to me. They bring me food every day, and I'm appreciative, and I want you to continue to bring me food. I actually bought that. You haven't been to my office, Joe, but I actually bought a mini freezer, a mini fridge, just because I was getting too much food, and it's already packed. Where does she work, please? Oh, Daddy bought her a company. Honestly, I forgot who the city Brownsville commissioners are, except for Jessica. Do we still have city commissioners?
That's right. That's a great question because you haven't seen them. And you would think that under the pandemic and everything that's going on, you would think that they'd be in the forefront, out there doing something for the community, to keep us safe, something proactive instead of reacting to what's happening. I truly believe that their absence and their lack of action has cost a lot of people their lives here in the city. I really do believe that.
I think so too. They've been too quiet. They've been non-present.
Non-existent. They have been non-existent.
Not at all. And it's just very, very disheartening. How much experience does she have? She never answered the question, nervous and no knowledge. No knowledge. And I'm excited for the next forum. And the only thing that she said más o menos was the introduction and the ending. But that was already, that she was reading that off a cue card, and that was probably written for her by mommy or from daddy. And it's very unfortunate, guys, because these individuals really want to represent our staff, our counselors, diagnosticians, teachers, FNS, when they have absolutely no clue what the district does. None. They've never set foot in a public school. How? They've never had conversations with custodians, with food nutrition services, FNSP folk. Never. How could they empathize with getting a 38 cents an hour raise when you have an infinite gold, platinum, diamond card from American Express. And you don't even pay the bill to. Daddy does. Daddy, American Express bill came in. I know it's a diamond card. Have you ever seen a diamond American Express card, Joe? A diamond American Express card? And I'm not talking about one that says diamond, an actual diamond American Express card.
No.
That's what this little girl has. A diamond American Express card.
I've never even had the old school green American Express card.
I don't have one either. A diamond American Express card, and you go clink, 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 clink. You could, and you know it's diamond because you get that little card that she has, and it'll cut glass. You know, and that's how you know it's an actual diamond American Express card. Guys, does anybody else out there honestly have a diamond American Express card? Goodness gracious. Oh, but Daddy gave her one. Daddy gave her one when she decided to run for BISD. Here's your diamond American Express card, honey. Oh, Daddy, I love diamonds. You know the last diamond that I saw? What was that black girl, Diamond and Silk? I saw her on one of President Trump's rallies. Let me tell you, she's pretty good looking too. I think all African American women are good looking. I do. I like Diamond and Silk. Hey, don't be racist, Joe.
I haven't said a single word.
Yeah, I see you. I see you. Candidates never did mention a plan or set out to ensure fiscal responsibility. Nothing. I'll make sure. She didn't say how. No plan in place. It was very general. It was like this. It was literally like this, guys. I mean, I'm not even joking. It was like this. Like she was running for South Dakota. South Carolina, not South Dakota.
Have shown a fifth of Americans can't locate the U.S. on a world map. Why do you think this is?
I personally believe that U.S. Americans are unable to do so because some people out there in our nation don't have maps, and I believe that our education, like such as in South Africa and the Iraq, everywhere like such
Iraq.
And I believe that they should, our education over here in the U.S. should help the U.S. or should help South Africa.
South Africa.
Should help the Iraq and the Asian countries, so we will be able to build up our future.
Our teachers, Joe. Let me tell you one thing about this girl. This girl from South Carolina. You know what she has? She also has a Diamond American Express card. She also has a Diamond American Express card. This girl from South Carolina was closer to answering my opponent's question than my opponent. Joe, why are you laughing, Joe? Why, Joe? What amazes me is what confused them to want to run against me. That's what boggles my mind. What did they expect? They expected me to play tiddlywinks or what?
Not sure.
This girl from South Carolina, Joe, answered the question that my opponent couldn't answer better. You're laughing, Joe. Mrs. Denise stated on her page that some candidates knew ahead of time that they were going to be endorsed by anyone. That is a lie. The ballot was sent to members after the forum, and we voted. So no, sorry, Mrs. Denise, but you are very, very wrong. Let me tell you, Monica, that is the type of person that is so lame. That is another one. She is related to my opponent. You know that? That Denise little girl is also related to my opponent. and also has been given everything, the full enchilada, and wants to cry about it. Oh, they were already going to be. Shut up. Prove them wrong. Look, I don't know if you knew this, Joe, but Best, they didn't want us to go to their forum. You know that? They didn't want us to appear. And look, let me tell you guys, they're going to endorse my opponent. I already know that. They're going to endorse her. You know why? Because I've been calling them out on their crap. So, do you think they're going to endorse me? No, they're not going to endorse me. They still put their membership through hell and a half during the summer. They still put them to hell and a half during those whole pandemic, and they were out there kissing the butt of the board members. Does anyone out there think that Best is going to endorse me for BISD something? Anyone? I'm starting to sound like I'm from South Carolina. They're not, Joe. They're not going to endorse me. They're not. Do you think I'm going to whine and complain about it on social media and go like, well, I'm not going to go because they're not going to endorse me anyway? No, I already know they're going to endorse the little rich girl that has never put a foot in BISD, in public school. I already know. But hell, if I'm not going to show up, you better believe I'm going to show up. And I'm going to show these people what a true candidate is all about. Someone who is knowledgeable on the situation. Someone that can empathize with my people. Not a little rich girl who can't even answer questions better than some girl in a Miss America pageant from South Carolina just because she has a diamond American Express card that cuts glass. That's how I know it's diamond. I will show the membership of Best who the right candidate is. The only candidate for place 5. Little rich girl. So, sorry, Miss Denise. Go over there with your boss and go do what y'all do together. But don't come out here crying. Or your campaign manager. Don't come out here crying. Don't come out here crying and saying, oh, they were already picked. The proof is in the pudding, little rich girls. The proof is in the pudding. And you know what? Let me tell you. That is why. And that's why I posted the responses, Joe. Because I didn't only answer my questions. I answered my opponent's questions that she could not answer. Refused and could not answer because she started off his campaign by going like, oh, I don't want to be negative. Shut up. You don't want to be negative. You don't think my people have gone through negative crap and a half, Joe, during this pandemic? The level of anxiety, the fear. I don't want to say anything negative. Shut up. Go back to Kilimanjaro, Galapagos, Timbuktu, Constantinople, Topeka, Tepica. Joe, are you laughing again?
I can't help it, man. The faces you're making.
You're going to get fat, but you'd still be handsome. Thank you, Adrian. Love you, mi amor. Shoot. Sorry, guys. I'm missing a lot of the comments. This is funny. Her good looks will take her a long way. Let me tell you, a diamond American Express will take her a long way. Cringeworthy. Yes. Good one, Erasmo. Where did Frankie go? I guess his cricket internet stopped working. Calmate. No experience for this young girl. Good evening, Erasmo and Joe. Hey, Joe Daniel. Love you. Yes, Erasmo, spot on. The way your candidate answered a question was very similar to the clip you posted. Very clueless. Your opponent was also reading off this offer screen. 100%. It's 42 cents, Erasmo. Okay. Well, I told you already that I'm horrible at math. What do you expect? You think she would be more prepared if her mom has worked in the district for 30-some years? How does your mom work for the district, but you end up in a private school? Because they got cash, Rolando. Good evening. Hey, Shayna. Who makes your cookies? Actually, Miss Lulu from Harlingen. They are not your people. Yes, Lucifer. Let my people go. Remember, Pharaoh? So let it be written. So let it be done. I'm sent here by the chosen one. So let it be written. So let it be done. To kill the firstborn Pharaoh's son. I'm creeping death. Slaves, let my people go. Land of Goshen, go. I will be with thee. Bush of fire. Blood running red and strong down the Nile. You remember that song, Joe?
No, but I can hear you opening one of your cookies.
So let it be written. So let it be done. I'm saying it by the chosen one. Maintenance and janitors from BID deserve a raise. 100%, my man. People are not property. You know what I mean, Lucifer. You're being picky. Look, Lucifer. You need to go back to hell. And I'm saying that in a nice way. I still love you, though. They're ripping off Brownsville by giving raises to the city manager. Bunch of ratas. When is the next election for city commission? March, April, May. I have met your type before, so desperate to control people's lives. This from Lucifer. This from Lucifer Morningstar? Really? Duh? Pot calling the kettle black? Why are you so jealous of those that have more wealth than you? Bro, I'm not jealous of the little rich girl, bro. Have you not been listening to anything that I've been saying? The little rich girl can continue to take her vacations all throughout Europe, Kilimanjaro, Kickapoo, Topeka, the Galapagos. I don't care for her Diamond American Express card, baby. That simply shows how low you are. Do you have anything worth my time watching your podcast? No. Get off. Leave. Go watch her crap. Get off my damn page. Get off my channel. It's not worth your time, bro. Bye. You, Joe, how much you want to bet that we'll hear from Lucifer Morningstar again? Swat! Erasmo, are you exaggerating? Me? Never. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Oh my God, Erasmo, that's too funny. I don't know which one. Saludos, Diamond American Express card. That sounds a lot like Joe Biden. Joe has a Diamond American Express card too. They're the same. Oh, look, she got endorsed by Run for Something 2020. You know what Run for Something 2020 is, Joe?
I do not.
I
don't know what that is.
You fill out an application online and you get endorsed by Run for Something 2020.
Oh, really?
Look who's back. I thought you were leaving. Joe has more class. Well, he has class tomorrow, I'm sure. Hey, Joe, you wouldn't trash a colleague's child. I don't think that I don't think Joe is the rich type. Are you rich? Oh, Joe is rich.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, 32nd Street, I grew up most of my life, went to Cromac, went to Porter High School, graduated from Porter. I was a migrant student all the way to high school, buddy. I worked my rear end 2-3 jobs at a time, to make sure that I made my parents proud and my family. So, yeah, certainly didn't come from a wealthy family. That's for sure.
And that's a pretty big rear end. That's a lot of work.
You better believe it.
Talk about your opponent's experience. Don't sound like a misogynist. You don't want to lose. No, and look, man, we are at the point at the district, Josie. My people are suffering, you know, females, males, transgender, you know, my people are suffering. And people know, you know, they don't want any more of this double talk, these little political games, political moves. And let me tell you, Josie, if I lose the vote because, oh, Erasmo was mean to a little rich girl, I'd rather lose the vote from telling the truth than gain your vote by bull-essing my way through an election. You know, with me, Josie, and you know me, Josie, you know I will always tell the truth. You know, I don't care if it's a female, it's a male, it's canine, it's feline. I just don't care. Doesn't matter to me. So will it make some females cringe? Maybe. I would hope that they cringe more at how horribly this district has treated my people, how unfairly this superintendent, his 2 deputies, and the 7 area administrators have robbed us blind. That's my hope. But again, it is what it is. My opponent has no experience. Everything she has, she's been given to by daddy. Never set foot on a public in a public school. Those are facts. That she's a female, she could be a male. I mean, she could be a male, and I'd still say the same thing. So it's not about her being a female, and I'm not a misogynist. I'm Erasmo Castro. I dish out to everybody. Apparently, La Pingüina is saying that it's her idea for students to go virtual for the rest of the semester. She is going to try to ride that little pony because it's only less than 2 months away from election. She called it a hoax. I have the recording. She called it a hoax. You tell them, Erasmo, 100%. So other associations are just going to pick who they want and not who is better qualified. 100%. ¿Dónde vive la mamá de Tarzán? África. Joe, how are you coming along with your health? This is Emilio.
I'm doing good. Definitely have had a good last couple of days. I do. One of the things that I discovered, and my doctors had told me that this was a long, very slow recovery, and they did tell me it's a painful recovery. I just didn't quite know it, so I do have some days where I'm in a lot of pain, but so far we're progressing well. So I'm very happy with the progress. We're doing good. Thank you for asking.
Pura Southmost.
That's right, Porter High School, baby.
I'm Pura Southmost. Erasmo 2020. Preach. That's right. Say the truth. My child with special disabilities was being discriminated. And I promise you, after November the 3rd, that will never, ever, ever happen again. By school district. Erasmo 2020. Greetings, Joe. Jesse. Y cómete esas galletas, Erasmo. No nomás se escucha el crástico. Es que they always tell me that I'm eating too much. Someone tells me. And I'm always eating.
I've seen your show. I've seen your show. The comments, people are always telling you that you're always eating. So it's not just me.
I love food.
Thank you. Thank you, Patty.
I want to thank everyone that has brought me food. Let me tell you guys. And look, guys, I'm very, very simple. But I'm very, very grateful at, people bring me They bring me soaps. Thank you so much for these handmade soaps, handmade by Z. Judy, thank you. They bring me spam. Spam. I'm not joking. They brought me spam. I love it. Joe, they bring me mugs. This is a student made me this. A student. Joe, they bring me this chair, a brand new chair. And you know, the people that bring me gifts, and I'm very, very grateful, they're not the rich people, you know? They're not vendors. My FNS people, my students, my teachers, my parent volunteers. People want change, guys. So stop buying the hype. Stop buying the, well, it's not politically correct for Erasmo to say things like that. No more political correctness, man. That is how these people continue to get into office, because they'll tell you exactly what you want to hear. I mean, I played the video with my opponent. She tried to tell you what you wanted to hear, and all it was bullcrap. Couldn't answer a question to save her life. But that's the double talk that politicians are trained to do. So really, guys, y'all have a choice. You have a choice. Either you go with an individual who's going to fight for you and fight anyone. Sylvia, Baltasar Salazar, Minerva, the superintendent, I don't care. Will fight for you, and who will always come on here and tell you the truth. Or you could go with a pretty little rich girl who has a Diamond American Express card given by daddy, who has been given everything in the world, has never set one foot in public education, in public school. It's your choice. And look, you know what, guys? I'm going to be okay. So if you decide to vote in the little rich girl, I'll be okay. I'll still be Erasmo Castro. It wouldn't be the first race that I was unsuccessful in. But this is a referendum on what you want. Do you want Sylvia back in control? Vote for my opponent. Do you want the superintendent to continue to hire his Edinburgh buddies? Then vote for my opponent. Do you want bull crap positions with six-figure salaries that do nothing to be hidden away somewhere at the Glass Palace? Then vote for my opponent. It's your call. It's that simple. Or do you want true change? Someone who will always tell you the truth. Someone who tells it like it is. It's your call. Joe, last words.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you for the continued prayers and messages. Erasmo, once again, thank you for inviting me to your show. Anytime that you need someone out here, I'd be happy to come out. Y'all have a good night. Thank you.
Guys, I'm going to try and be on. It depends. They asked me to teach a class in Mexico, online class. So I agreed. I have not been given the information, the curriculum. So in case I don't I'm not given a class, I'll be out here at 9. If I'm not out here at 9, I'll be out here at 9:30 in the morning. Tomorrow morning, I'll let you know what my situation is with the school. I have not received the material, so I don't know what's going on. Guys, stay safe. You know, we're not out of the COVID woods, you know. We're not out of the COVID woods yet. So stay safe out there. And keep on doing this social distance, face coverings. Carry your gel everywhere you go. And I have them everywhere, guys. I'm not even joking. Carry the stuff everywhere you go, and protect yourself, protect your family, protect the people that are close to you. I mean, I literally have this stuff all over my office. and all over my house. Joe, thanks for coming on, man. You inspire me, bro.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Guys, please continue to be good to each other and continue to be good to me. And come pick up damn cookies and decals. Love y'all.